In 1975, Major League Baseball had nearly 30% African-American ball players on their roster. By 1995, the numbers had decreased to 19.5. Today, it's less than 10% in the major leagues. Chicago White Sox, they have a total of 0 on their roster. Their Great Fall Voyagers minor league club have a total of 2. So it is definitely the longest football game in the country, 66 years, of course. The East-West Shrine football game will be taking place under the lights here at Memorial Stadium tomorrow night. And as you can see behind me, the East squad is preparing for that definitely big battle. West, they've already pulled up, so they're game planning as well. Hope to see you guys here tomorrow night at Memorial Stadium. Live, I'm Jerry Riles for KFBB. Well, the Great Fall Voyagers return home to the Electric City, somewhat limping, having dropped their 9th straight contest last night. They open up a 3-game set here at Centene, playing host to the visiting Billings Mustangs. And right now, they're desperately trying to find a victory somewhere. And hopefully, they can concentrate on that defense, the offense, and more importantly, their pitching. Jackie Robinson broke Major League Baseball's color barrier back in 1947, as we all know. Players like Willie Mays, Barry Bonds, and even Harold Baines all contributed to the growth of African Americans in the game. But over the years, the numbers have declined at an amazing rate. But why?
I think it's based off of organizations, and you see some of the organizations, they draft a lot of African American kids, and some of the organizations, you know, they go the other route and go for the Hispanics, but you know, that's their preference. Whether, you know, they want the African Americans or not, you know, it's been proven that we can play the game, and if you give us the chance, we will succeed.
In 1975, Major League Baseball had nearly 30% African American ball players on their roster. By 1995, the numbers had decreased to 19.5. Today, it's less than 10% in the major leagues. Chicago White Sox, they have a total of 0 on their roster. Their Great Fall Voyagers minor league club have a total of 2.
It's kind of sad seeing there's not that many black players in the big leagues anymore, like it used to be. But it's a fun game. If guys get after it and know the game, the fundamentals, they can be able to make a lot of money in that. And I hope in the next couple of years more guys can get out there in the cities and do little things. The RBI program also helps out a lot, and we would also love to see more African American players in there.
This year, you know, I think our first 2 draft picks were African-American kids, both high school kids that are very, very talented. We had the opportunity to go out and get the best talent that was available, and that's who we picked in those slots.
Hopefully we can get our numbers up, because a lot of these guys that are African-American, they can play the game.
Welcome to Great Falls, and you're going to be the guest speaker at the 9th Annual Triangle Classic. Tell me how you feel.
Well, I'm excited because I get to meet some other young football players for once, not just all my old buddies back from Buffalo. But I've been here before. I was trying to think, you know, after 6 concussions, I think I flew into this airport before.
Okay.
But it's been a while. But it's just exciting to go to a different part of the country. I'm just excited to be here.
Obviously, you've been through personal struggles. In the professional realm, everyone knows the 4 Super Bowls. And how do you tie in your professional and personal triumphs, if you want to say, regarding those 2 issues?
The Super Bowls. Going to the first one where, you know, I grew up in Pittsburgh.
Right.
I mean, I grew up watching Terry Bradshaw and Franco and Lambert and all those guys. Yeah. And that was part of my, you know, dream. And then to drive your team down the field at the end of the game, something when I was a little boy wearing number 12, I did in my backyard.
Right.
And here I was doing it in real life against the New York Giants. And then have the kick sail wide right and we lose, and then, you know, being able to pull everybody together, back it together as a leader, and the mental preparation, doing it over and over and over and over again,
right,
and not winning, but always staying focused. And how do I make something good out of this?
Talk about the leadership qualities. How do you convey that message to the audience, and especially the football players and other athletes that will be in attendance tonight at the banquet?
I've never been one to sit back and let everybody else do. I was always one to step forward and making sure people, number one, respect you, and being able to lead by example. You know, what you're saying, can you do it? And that's probably the biggest thing, is the respect factor, leading by example, and having people believe what you have in your heart is really it.
Well, both parent clubs in action as well. The Milwaukee Brewers entertaining the Toronto Blue Jays. The White Sox playing host to the Cubs in a crosstown clash in Chicago. First up, U.S. Cellular, top third. Cubs' Brian LaHare with a golf shot takes Sox starter Zach Stewart deep to right center for a 2-run blast. His 13th of the year, 2-0 Northsiders. Shortstop, Starlin Castro says, hey, I can match that. He promptly deposits a 2-run blast into the seats right here, making it 4-zip Cubbies. Still in the third, Alfonso Soriano with a mammoth jack to center, 454 feet, putting the Cubs up 5-0. They go on to win by a final of 12-3. Stewart will allow 4 homers, suffering the loss.
There they go.
To Miller Park in Milwaukee, bases loaded. Ricky Weeks send a bouncer up the middle. Niger Morgan and Ryan Braun scoring. Aramis Ramirez will be thrown out at third. Brewers with a 2-1 lead after the bottom one. Ramirez lines a shot into deep right center right here. Morgan scores. Braun hustling. Check him out. Trying to score all the way from first. The relay. The play at the plate. He scores, putting the Brew Crew up 6-1. They go on and knock off the Blue Jays by a final of 7-6. Now, it's fun, thrilling, and exciting. It's the best of the best. We'll take a look back at some of the top athletes and their performances. Folks, it's time for our top 5 plays of the week. Take it away, Tom Wiley. And Kim, you know, I'm sorry.
All right, Jeremy. Thanks. It is Monday. What can we say? Thank you so much for being here. But we will be right back with one last look at your weather.
Well, the great Muhammad Ali once said, the fight is won or lost far away from witnesses, behind the lines and in the gym, and out there on the road, long before I dance under those lights. The same could be said for junior cat quarterback Denarius McGee. The Texas native was one of 20 FCS players nominated for the Walter Payton Award watch list, which goes to the most outstanding offensive player in the FCS. McGee says that it's all about utilizing his strengths, trusting his coaches, and of course the D word as well.
Dominate. Each and every day I have to work extremely hard so that I can put myself in the position in order to be able to dominate. So right now I'm just working on my game, working on different aspects of it, and if I'm put in the right position by the coaches, then I can exude those strengths. I can show everyone what I have, and I'm just playing for respect right now. I'm playing for my family and this town of Bozeman.
Now McGee joins 3 other Big Sky Conference players on the watch list: running back Zach Bowman of Northern Arizona, receiver Roderick Rumble of Idaho State, and conference newcomer quarterback Brad Sorensen of Southern Utah, who was named first-team preseason All-American earlier this week. Now, Nicholas Edwards, a wideout from Eastern Washington, is also on the list but is not pictured here. Now, it's the oldest all-star football game in the nation, and this year it makes its way back to Great Falls. Now, of course, we're talking about the 2012 East-West Shrine football game, slated for kickoff at Memorial Stadium next Saturday. And as you'd expect, both the East and West teams are stacked. The East team features players from 2 state champions. Fairfield sends 3 players, while Denton's Cole Jelinek is the lone 6-man player on the team. Now, the West team features players from Class Single-A champ Dillon, 8-man champ Twin Bridges, and of course your Double-A champ Helena Capital Bruins. At the AA level, Great Falls High sends Tyson Patterson, Shaikey Smalls, and Joe Tinsley, while the Rustlers, they'll send Tyler Craig, Russell Morin, and Dan Morris. On the West team, state champion Helena Capital sends the most players of any school. Linebackers Joe Coker, Dylan Ecord, and E.J. Wilson were defensive named co-defensive MVPs this year, while guard Caleb Kidder, a future Grizz, was named the Montana Gatorade Player of the Year. Now, manager Chris Neparelli and his hot-streaking Chargers will be in Bozeman for a weekend tournament that beginning tomorrow. Great Falls is riding a 9-game winning streak since beginning conference play at 2-9. The Chargers, they have improved to 24-20-1 overall, and much of the team's success of late has been because of young arms moved up from the electric squad. Now, Naparella thought injuries to 2 key pitchers would hurt his team's chances at a run for state, but so far, the team overall has responded, and Skip is hoping to fare well at the tournament this weekend.
We're going to go down there and try to win, but I'm going to try to give some guys some more at-bats and some more playing time, and give some of our other guys that have been starting most of the time some rest, give them arms some rest, and then see what they can do.
Now, the Chargers will play a pair of games tomorrow, kicking off their tournament action at Legion Field in Bozeman. The first contest pits Great Falls against the Calgary Longhorns at 1 p.m., then a nightcap between Idaho Falls Bandits, that of course at 4 p.m. Now, looking to get your rodeo on? Well, you're in luck. The East Helena Rodeo 4-day weekend got underway tonight with the 20th annual Lewis and Clark in-county timed events. Check out these little guys. They'll be in trouble soon. We start off with team roping. Justin Jones and Travis Nicholas, the only pair in the first round to get both hind legs wrapped up. They finish on top with an impressive 8-second time. Then it's breakaway roping, and Sierra Kunich throws away the competition as she's the only competitor to get sub 3 seconds with her 2.9 mark. Always a fan favorite. Only 2 competitors in steer wrestling. Jason Armstrong gets the steer down in 5 seconds. He did have a 10-second penalty, but he still finishes in first. And finally, 8-year-old Sam Peterson, check him out here, getting after it in goat tying. No problem jumping down from that horse and throwing around a goat that's about as big as he is. His 18.74 time was good enough for top 5. Rodeo continues tomorrow and on Saturday. And that's a look at sports. How about the little guy?
What a little cutie.
Man, it's like he and the little goat going at it,
gosh.
and he won. That was really cool. You got to love it.
Jerry, I got to say, your Muhammad Ali impersonation
I
was
tell you,
right on the money. Do it again.
Wow, you so ugly. Joe Frazier, you so ugly.
Oh, my gosh. We'll be right back.
Kentucky native.
I know, exactly.